Good morning to everyone present here. I'm Ramya Devi, working as Assistant Professor in SNS College of Technology. Today I'm going to share a small article regarding JavaScript event handling. Before going to the topic, we'll see what are events. Events refer to the process of responding to user actions like clicking a button, pressing a key, hovering over an element. So these are the common events in JavaScript. Like when we click something in our web page, when an element is clicked, or mouse over means when the mouse hovers over an element, mouse out when the mouse leaves an element. So whenever we press a key or when a page or image finishes loading, when a form is submitted, when the value of an input changes. So these are called the events in the JavaScript. So how do we handle those events? So for handling those events, we have several event attributes. Like for example, when a button is clicked in the HTML element itself, we can write an on-click event. So whenever the button is clicked, we can call a function like button on click is equal to like we can call a function called say hello. So the hello function will alert a hello message with it. So whenever an event occurs, it has been handled. So the event has been written inside your HTML semantics, and then whenever we say we when the click happens, an function is called. So the function is whatever, like for example, the function we have an alert message to be displayed like hello. And also the event can be handled by using a DOM property method. For example, instead of writing the element itself, we can write inside an ID. So we can write the HTML semantic element in a form of an ID, and then we can give an ID for that HTML element. And whenever we click the button, what will happen means the element IDs will be captured in the script, and then whatever operations we have to do for that ID, we can do it. For example, when a button is clicked, we have to alert a message like button click means. So we can give an button element on ID called my button, and then in the JavaScript we can get that element ID by using the get element by ID class, and then we can give an on click event handler. So we can listen to that button and then we can alert with the button click. And also another method of the event handling is the add event listener method. So whenever we can also add an event listener method for the button permanently. So whenever something has been happened to that element, so for example, like a button click or an hovering over an button, or when the button is loaded, so there will be a constant event listener to that, and it will perform the functions whatever we are doing. So what are the advantages of having the multiple event listeners? We can attach multiple event listeners, and also we can separate the JavaScript and HTML code, and also if we want, we can remove the listeners if needed. So how can we remove the event listener? Like an add event listener class, we also have a class called remove event listener for removing that event. So basically, what is an event object? So when an event happens, JavaScript passes an event object to the handler. For example, for a button, we can add an event listener and that can be handled to that event. So how that event is propagated? So the event is propagated by two phases. So one is an capturing phase, the other one is the public phase. So capturing phase from the root to the target and public phase from the target back to the root. So we can also stop the propagation by using even dot stop propagation. So like what are the like event is a signal that indicates something has occurred in the web application, such as a user action or a system generated notification. So events are crucial for creating interactive and responsive web applications, which allows the developers to implement functionalities that react to user inputs and behaviors. So these are the common types and concepts behind the JavaScript event handling. One is the common event types, the other one how the event flow and propagation happens. The common event types are like clicks, keyboard inputs, mouse movements, and form submissions. So the event flow and propagation refers to how events travel through the DOM encompassing three-phase capturing. One is the target, the other one is the public, and influencing how handlers respond to the events. So these are the how will you practically implement these events are by using the add event listener method, so which allows the developers to attach an event listener, and also we can remove the event listener whenever we need it. Thank you.